I like this video. Who likes this video?
Overdrive. Build your combo score to earn buffs. Keep it that way. Hostile counter UAV established above. You're supposed to be the CIA.
established overhead. Marking down Bravo. B locked down. B done. Losing B.
This is Chief of Security Blanchard. Are you a sight for sore eyes? I've been holed up in the mansion since yesterday trying to organize a containment response. Now that you're here, let's lock down that AO. I'll track down the Danzig police station. Listen up. We've got 3 scientists
before my eyes. Fucking epic. Feel like I could eat bullets and crap landmines. Okay, I'm done warming up. Now shit's gonna get real. Sentry turret.
hear me? Like, I'm playing on TV, and all our PlayStation.
Oh man.
No, they got some weird ass mood in here. Oh, so those are one players.
All right, I think we can get started here. Welcome back, everyone, for day 3 of the Defender 4 Endpoint Fundamentals Workshop. Appreciate everyone's time over the past 3 days, and yeah, we'll finish out strong today. Just a quick reminder on kind of what the agenda is for today. So, here. That being said, a lot of this also, I'm not going to need my VM, but it's going to be going through the portal, and it's going to follow a very similar structure to our day 1 there. All right, perfect. So threat and vulnerability management started here. So the agenda for this module is going to be obviously an introduction to the TVM module that we have. So we're going to go over the overview, threat analytics that we have as well. It's not really part of TVM, but it's another offering that we do have called threat analytics. We'll go over that and the capabilities there. The TVM capabilities, support platform, modules that we have, the portal, all of that will be going over the PowerPoint. Yeah, similar to the other days, I think that's something better off explained when I share my screen. I'll try and briefly run through the slides there. And just a reminder, going backwards here by kind of starting from MDE and a quick refresher of all the pillars that make up Defender for Endpoint here. TVM definitely fits kind of in the skips categories that we have. And just a little refresher here from day 1.
Yo, what the hell are these guys shooting?
Some key components that we have that I've noticed from just traditional threat development management offerings.
Bro, that man shooting me 2 bullets and I only dying, yo. I didn't even freaking realizing that the man shot me the first time. The legacy approaches to vulnerability management. We're looking at some periodic scans. I can't shoot nobody.
Say, first that we do your scans on your server, your endpoints, things like that, to discover the latest vulnerabilities there. Doing this obviously has the added risk of 30 days of vulnerabilities here to scan, and the next surface hopefully next.
No.
So it could lead to some blind
What the hell?
and increasing that overall risky environment there. Second one is the prioritization. So
How they trying
really
to get
aiming
the
to help
damn
your
chop?
analysts prioritize any vulnerabilities that are running rampant in your environment there. So it's one thing to actually know what's going on, so that's always a good first step, but
You still
a lot of the
down?
times there's a lot more.
Okay.
And for your analyst to get to every single vulnerability, apply the patches and things like that, and apply the security configurations there, it's going to take some time. So with our prioritization, we aim to reduce that time and help your analyst focus on what's important specific to your environment there. So we use your org context, we use
what the hell?
currently in the wild state, and all of that comes into play when prioritizing anything in the TDM module.
Yeah, this don't even feel right. This can be weird, yo.
Acknowledging the vulnerabilities present and then actually applying protective measures to it. So trying to compensate and build that bridge there. We do have integrations with Intune so that directly through the XDR portal, you can kind of create tickets into Intune for your teams to engage there.
Snitch. Come.
And all this, just to say that, yeah, all organizations of every size, they're all going to be vulnerable despite these high maintenance costs, so we're just really trying to reduce that for you. When I was talking about the prioritization, I mentioned a scoring metric or a way that Microsoft deems what we prioritize for our customers, and all of that is calculated by a risk score that we assign to each vulnerability that we find here. So, don't know the exact numbers and the algorithm behind it, but 3 main circles that we use to assess the risk score is vulnerability.
I know they didn't let that man. What?
Right there. So, since we are gathering continuous telemetry from your end,
I don't use it.
we can leverage this to help you be successful and mitigate risk in real time. So this data is going to include your vulnerabilities found on the device, but we're also going to take information from your tenant as well. So we're going to review public exploit code, known CNC servers, IOCs, PTPs, things like that. All of that comes into scope when we calculate your risk score there. So rather than just telling you about a missing CV or a patch that you can apply within your environment, we're also looking for any traffic or known execution related to the CVE to give you real meaningful information there. So if we see that you're missing patch to address a certain CVE, and we know that we're actually seeing in real time that there is network traffic related to a group that is known to exploit that, it's going to be a real threat to your organization, and that risk score is going to go up. Very old screenshot. I don't know why it's 2008 to 2017, but bottom line here is...
Oh man, got a death machine.
Yeah. Understanding managing vulnerabilities in your environment is always going to be crucial. It's always an ongoing thing, and the longer you wait, obviously, public exploit code gets released, and yeah, that's when you see
I feel
these
like these guys killing quick, bro. GPR hitting that hard, yeah, what the hell?
And I think I guess we just use WannaCry as an example here, but kind of going through the timeline of what happened when we released it in 2017, the exploit was leaked, and within a few days after that, the Metasploit module was added, and we just see the uptick of attacks after that. So vulnerability management, it's
know what that guy running in there.
one of the key components of Defender, but I'm going to skip some of these slides because really mention the fact that there are a few key pillars that TDM is built on, and continuous discovery is going to be one of them. And with continuous discovery, obviously, like I mentioned before, we have this telemetry that we're getting through the endpoints with MDE, and all that telemetry is being sent up to your cloud portal in near real time. So, depending on the telemetry, there are different times that you'll be able to send that telemetry up, but for the most part, you'll get up-to-date information multiple times a day.
Okay.
Prioritization as well, once again, a repeat slide, that risk score. I'll show you in the portal what that looks like, but it's a way for us to assign a numerical value to your vulnerabilities, and then have your analysts really focus on those as well.
I don't have a freaking gun.
And bridging the gap here. So this was a repeat slide that I will skip over here. All right, so the offerings that we have.
Where is the gun?
Notes of need here are preview for the bottom 6, but these are now in GA as well. So we have device discovery, device inventory, vulnerability assessment, config assessment, risk-based prioritization, mediation tracking, continuous monitoring, software testing, and the bottom that say new. Majority of these are going to be a step-up license, so I won't spend much time on them because it's not included in the base E5, but we do have security baseline assessments, blocking vulnerable applications from running, insight into your browser extensions, legal certificates, network sharing analysis, and vulnerability assessment for unmanned. We have that available, but those bottom 6 another license there. And I guess we make that call here as well. So the base 4E5 is going to be on the left-hand side, and the add-on is going to be on the right-hand side. I'm not a salesperson, so I'm not going to sell you on anything, but just so you're
Yo, this guy.
aware of what capabilities you currently have.
Okay. Buddy, okay.
Asset discovery and inventory. So this one is definitely in your E5 one, and it's going to give you really what the name suggests. It's going to give you an overview of exactly what's in your environment right now, what kind of software is required. It's going to be pertain to both first party, so anything Microsoft, any Microsoft applications, operating systems, things like that, or third party as well. So it's going to track your Google Chrome, track Firefox vulnerabilities, or any other vulnerabilities that aren't managed by us as well. That's going to be in your device inventory for your application.
Question on that. So this is basically the inventory of devices which are vulnerable.
Yes. So all your devices will be in MBE in general, and then in your recommendations tab, which I'll show you, it's going to show you the CVEs related to only the subset of devices that are affected.
Okay. And will it show the scorecard as well, like what CV is that, and like what is the level of CV for that particular device?
Yes, yeah. So we're going to show the level of CVE, we're going to show Microsoft score, but it's also going to show the CVSS score of the CVE as well.
Okay. I have a question.
Yep.
How about third-party products like Tenable, where their data may not match up with this, or is there a way to integrate their data into Defender in some way, shape, or form? We use that for our vulnerability scanning and such.
That is a good question. And off the top of my head, we don't do native integration through this portal. If you wanted to supplement or kind of build dashboards, I believe the only option we would have for that is exporting it out with our APIs, because we do not do those APIs, and then ingesting it somewhere. But out of the box and natively in the Defender portal, there's no way to kind of supplement that or kind of pull in Tenable data.
Yeah, or like, compare it to Tenable data, relative to what you guys have as far as the inventory and vulnerabilities that are getting mapped or listed.
Yeah, so for that one, I would say our best bet there is using APIs, exporting it out, and then doing that offline analysis there.
Nathan, is this like say agents are installed on servers and all, and they do that?
Bots, what the frick?
Yes, so I wouldn't really call it an agent per se, but it's kind of the binaries that are turned on when you onboard Defender onto your endpoints, and really, it's just our, at the core of it, it's our sense agent that is running. So the process that's running, and any telemetry that it gets and scans, will send it up to the Defender cloud. So you're not downloading anything additional. You don't really need any additional agent.
But we were looking for Defender, not for Endpoint. But when we are scanning like Tenable does when we are scanning, we're scanning against any server, applications, also platforms, and then checking the inventory. And what we're talking about is Microsoft Defender for endpoint, that laptop, right? But
yes.
Not for servers, not for
this
platform.
The servers do get a bit dicey.
Oh my god.
Kind of going back a few days ago, we have Defender for endpoint for servers, and for servers, same Guardian Light is approaching the Defender for servers licensing, but the TVM agent is still the same. So how we approach TVM, regardless of servers or endpoints, it's going to be the same mechanism there.
Do we have a comparison with Tenable with other products for Microsoft Defender, other TVM products for against Microsoft Defender? Do we have any such artifact?
Your account team and sales team would have that information. I don't have it off, but I will take that as an item for them to send out to you. Yeah, they'll have that comparison sheet there for you.
Thank you.
That is a question.
Yeah, I'm gonna have another question for you, too. When it's doing inventory scans on devices, what's it using to determine the package inventory of applications on the device? I'll give you, for instance, sometimes Edge or other applications don't uninstall cleanly or upgrade cleanly, and you have residual stubs of garbage that sometimes get picked up in scans, but maybe it's a vulnerability, maybe it's not a vulnerability, but it's kind of a result of floppy coding processes where stuff doesn't get cleaned up nicely. How does that get handled on the Defender side of things with this inventory-wise? And what is it picking up? And is it a vulnerability versus is it not a vulnerability if it picks up like some residual junk?
Perfect. That's from Michael. Yeah, that was definitely a good question, and I will have to go for the product group for that one, just to see how they kind of designed it and how they implemented. That is.
This guy with the shotgun pissed me off. Freaking rat.
Perfect. Yeah, I have that one. Anything to do with kind of the design and kind of the logic behind how we pick that up, I will have to ask our product group, which gets closer to the design of the product. But appreciate it. Yeah, no worries. Also take another pause. Any other questions? TVM page here. Right. Baseline assessments and security baselines. This page, this first feature on the left-hand side, so this is going to be that add-on. So don't know, I'll briefly go over it, but if you have needs to kind of map
I couldn't even think
how you're doing to industry standards, the CIS benchmarks, the benchmarks, things like that, or even the Microsoft benchmarks, we have that available for you there. Network shared assessment, same thing. So identifying this configurations and any shared folders, directories, things like that. Also available. But both of those are going to be in that step-up license. So I really want to make you all aware of that there.
It's a little slow.
A custom baseline that you could define or import?
Not as of this. I do believe they are looking at something like that, but most of the custom things are going to be through Intune. And the TVM is kind of, we're still developing that there. Right now we have kind of the out-of-box ones and which ones we support, but hopefully soon. Right, so for the security baseline assessments, really just getting that continuous baseline monitoring and assessment. So near real time, you're always going to be mapped to those benchmarks. So you're constantly aware of how you're doing, and what you need to be fixing within your environment there. So we're going to give you that overview of kind of how you're doing right now, and also recommendations on how to fix that to get closer to that baseline.
Fake.
And going through the network share analysis, so kind of protecting against those misconfigurations that you see in the wild by packers for any lateral movement that you might have. Once again, all of this is going to be surfaced under the recommendations tab, and it's going to look like all of the other TVM recommendations that we give with the remediation options as well. So a lot of the times you might not know where to start to fix this issue, so we do provide those remediation options to kind of get you started and get you
it's kind of weird.
When it comes to that talking about
What, man? Sit down right there. Yeah, this is
like I mentioned before, we take a variety of different sources and telemetry that we have, but a big one is going to be that threat landscape. So we're going to be looking at vulnerability characteristics, exploit characteristics. So let's just say vulnerability A and B. If you notice there are patterns matching vulnerability A that's ongoing within your environment right now, we are going to bump up that risk score versus if there is no active attack going on within your environment. Similarly, if we know that there is public exploit code for a certain vulnerability and not for another, once again, we might kind of reduce that risk and kind of dynamically change what we ask you to prioritize as an organization there. Breach likelihood, same thing. If there is an active attack going for your environment, and we're noticing that, we are going to make that a lot higher there. And last but not least, business value. We know that all devices might not be equal, so if there are higher priority devices, maybe the devices or the account IDs for your global admins. So if you're noticing that there are things targeting those devices, then you're going to also make that score a lot higher as well.
One question, like, is this risk score vary from company for Guardian? The DB score is different according to circumstances, and for other organizations it is different?
No, so the
1731. What?
It's just our Microsoft recommended score. That's what
some of them left on their team, boy. They're sticking to
risk treatment. Good portal. A lot better shown there, but you have the ability for kind of three things you can do. So accepting, self-explanatory, we're going to accept the risk. That's fine. Vulnerable versions of applications with customized desktop alerts. So the example that's best used here.
All right, now we're up 5 levels.
Applications for this, but one of them that we do support are web browsers. So if we notice that, I guess for example, Chrome, if we notice that Chrome is running an outdated version.
Dual starts. Come on, bro. Why you hiding? Man, this is not like the last game. Not at all. Hell no. Man, instantly shot me, boy. What the frick? Fake. Oh, this guy was running behind me too. Alright, this guy pissed me off.
Oh, I'm on mute again. Shit. I was trying to get loaded up, yo. Get everything. Hit them with the chopper and everything, yo. Yo, we could only box, yo. Them guys giving up their ass, yo. What the frick? Nah, I don't like you. I don't like you. Junusi or whatever is your name. How did you come behind me? Am I not playing for first? Because I want to know what you guys told me.
I don't know.
Venom, I want to know how you told me. Because I'm pretty sure I'm playing for suppressor.
Frick, man. Jump.
Yo, Venom sauce, yo. Venom just know everything.
Yeah. I figure.
Yo, Venom sauce, yo. There's no way he saw me on that little gun today. Get out of here with that.
What? Yo, Venom, what? There was two people behind me. How the hell he killed both of them and kill me? Yeah, boy. Venom is a problem. Snitch. Freaking had it, you know. I just needed one more damn kill to get the damn chopper.
In the wild, around the world, what are the latest threats that are there? You're then going to be able to see the high impact threats. So, of the headlining which ones are going to be the most impactful for organizations and have the high
Come on.
Then the threat summary of exactly kind of what's going on.
Oh, freaking kill, get that damn chopper, yo.
What you can do to stop these threats as well before they start targeting your environment there. So really good for proactive reading. So just want to know what Microsoft security researchers are doing. You kind of read those articles. They're all very in-depth. So it goes over all the tools, techniques, and procedures. It can go through a list of all the indicators of compromise that these actors are using, and kind of the mechanism in which they deliver the payload.
See, that's a shit.
So more of that you can do in press middle.
Yeah, this guy.
We'll go over that as well.
I don't know how he ended up behind me.
The portal, I think that's best shown there. Overview section, like I mentioned before, it's going to be a brief overview, but if you want to deep dive and do a lot more technical research, if you go see more analyst reports, that's going to give you that deeper dive, right?
Can we have a target that we need to focus on this particular technology or this thing or how it's analytic work? Does it provide the update of all the technology Microsoft is handling, or can we have the target?
Yeah, what the f?
So
How does this guy see me, yo?
It's pretty much the database of everything that Microsoft has. If you want to filter it, you could filter it to the ones that are relevant to your organization or what you're focusing on. And I don't know if you can set up
this faking gun didn't jump so damn much. And this faking guy, whatever your name is, yo. And you see the man shooting at me? What the hell?
As we go into it.
Fake you, Venom. Fake you too. I'm surprised you don't play with this gun. This is a gun just like what you call it?
Gun?
The DT, the D12, something like that.
The who?
Hold on, I'll tell you just now. I forget the name of the D12. Some shit like that, yeah. The DM10.
Send it to me.
And through this vulnerabilities page, if you click into it,
DM10. Surprised you don't play with that gun.
TPM modules to apply those mitigations there. So,
it's just like what you call it. That gun you used to like.
Temple Storm?
Yeah. Fake. And you're killing fast, yo. What the hell?
These are TVM, so skip over this. It's going to be continuous discovery, prioritization, building remediation.
Yeah, what he asked.
I feel like FFAR is on mid-range gun though. It does well in the mid-range.
Yeah, but damn, they got a. Of course, it's Venom that got that shit. Trying to take this damn shit out.
Depending on the OS that we have, we don't have 2025, but 2025 is the latest. It's going to be yes across the board here, but pause here for a couple seconds.
Yeah, Venom's a problem.
I know Will mentioned
that man always end up behind me.
Still running around. So good news is TDM supports 2012 for all of our capabilities. That is good. And for macOS, Linux, so all these are changing as well. But for the most part, TDM applies to all Mac.
You can't shoot though.
Linux platforms.
That's why you keep going behind people. Cause you can't freaking shoot. Oh gosh.
Right, so the modules that we have.
Someone just on the bro.
Let's see again. So we're gonna have the dashboard. Working this in the
the whole freaking team over here.
The dashboard.
Yo, what the hell?
I jump like a freaking crackhead.
As well as the event timeline. We have to click through. And under the dashboard, pretty self-explanatory. It's just going to be a dashboard of exactly what's going on within your environment. So it's going to include your exposure score. So that's one of those things there, and it's going to be this meter, I guess. And it's going to show you kind of the history of your devices as well on the bottom, so how well you're doing over time and what your exposure is. So for this one, you are looking to lower the score to be more secure, but yeah.
So, nah, let me see this.
Configuration score. So this is looking at the configuration.
What the frick? So and he went back the same way? Okay, something's off. Is there a perk that allows you to run past proximity mines?
Wait, what's that?
Is there a perk that allows you to run past proximity?
Into account when looking at your config score.
Yeah, I don't know that.
That man just run past my shit like it wasn't even there, yo. What the hell?
Lower, this one is going a higher score to make sure that you are more secure.
Ah, the shit's still here. What the frick?
Machine exposure score.
Yeah, something in the sky.
But it's going to break down your exposure based on the machines themselves. So it's going to show you how many machines in your environment are at a high risk, a medium risk, or a low risk in terms of how exposed they are, certain vulnerabilities. Yeah. So all that can be looked at here.
Yeah, freaking
like man, just
yo,
up here,
Venom.
you know that know what
Yeah, Venom is cheating hard. What?
I might just take that tree piece, yo.
Where the second guy at? And a faking shit touch me. That man just know where to fake. Yeah, he cheating. Hell yeah. Man just throw a perfect grenade, yo. What going on there?
The software page there. So there, as the name suggests,
perfect ass grenade, yo.
On what we think would be most beneficial for your organization.
Yo, Venom's, that man is popping up, yo.
Top exposed machine, same thing, but just on
yeah,
the
we can't
machine
catch
side.
him.
Yeah, I'm making mad bullets, yo.
Can't catch
him. On a more
We
device
cannot catch up.
approach, you can do that as well.
Bro, how did that grenade not kill you? What the hell is this?
I should just ran.
Did they just spawn that guy right there? That's crazy.
All that will be part of your top remediation activities there.
It's dirty.
Try certificates. So it's going to. This one, once again, hard to step up, but it's going to give you information into your certificates, if they're expiring or if they are configured maybe more weakly than it should be. So if they have a short key size, weak algorithm, stealth time, things like that, you'll be able to search that as well in your certificate vulnerability. For the most part, as a CVM analyst, the overview page of your security recommendations tab, that's probably where you're going to spend the most amount of time, is my guess. And so this recommendations page is really all of the recommendations that we have.
Yeah, boy. What the ass is that?
So kind of taking all that together. That's continuous monitoring, that's prioritization.
Oh my god, he's cheating bad. He got aim bot out the ass.
So I'll go over it in the portal, but essentially you click on these recommendations,
I catch it
and it's going to bring you through a workflow of exactly what the recommendation is, what the vulnerability is, which devices are affected by this, and clicking on buttons to then remediate this issue, or at least track the remediation of this issue there.
She got seen me bad.
Get this. Another repeat flag that we have.
Somebody's here glitching up there and I can't see them. Okay, wow. What the hell was that?
How's he seeing me, bro?
What the hell?
So, like I mentioned before, that remediation progress, that is going to be filling up as the Firebase Act says. And just basic background information, I guess, how the remediation portion works for CVM. So we're going to see the remediation activity. So what you ask
I had to
the
kill
system
everybody
to
in
do,
there?
the related components, the operating system, if it's a web application, if it's a desktop application, things like that. That's going to be in related components. Remediation type, so it could be a configuration change.
Oh,
of course,
I have to reload.
Passwords, restrictions, or you can applying ASR rules to your environment, or it could be to just patching edge and your remediation type as well. Priority reset and the remediation progress that we just went over. Software is important. So if you are interested in learning exactly what's on the device, software is a great place to do that. You can click into these entities as well, like everything else in the Defender portal, and clicking into the entities, you're going to be able to see the version, why it's vulnerable. We kind of go into that software page and understanding why this version is vulnerable,
What the hell?
what's trying to exploit that, things like that.
The gunshots coming.
Recommendations when it comes to configuration or even patching. All that is located at the end of this.
Who's freaking shooting me?
Page.
Oh my god, this guy's right there.
Right there again.
Current stable release. Version installed. So yeah, bug information there as well. I'm going to list the specific vulnerabilities that are found in the organization, as well as the severity, the CVSS score, like we mentioned, when it was initially published, when it was last updated, and kind of threats that we see on the right-hand side as well, which we'll go over in the next slide. Once again, all of this is going to be shown in the portal. About 5 minutes here. This is what I really want to bring in attention to. So when you go over weaknesses, you are going to see this little target icon and this bug icon. So these are just a visual cues that we have for customers that aim to try to give your endpoint as much information as possible and as quickly as possible. So the target icon, if you see that, and it is related to a potential breach within your organization right now.
We catch up. What the hell is that?
There is a vulnerability that is found in your asset associated with this vulnerability, and you should prioritize it because we're noticing an active attack going on right now.
It's like he's starting to cheat again. I'm gonna turn it back on again.
Top of mind, you there.
What the hell is that? Now I'm getting sniped by the
threat that we have. So it's associated to a vulnerability that has an active threat in the wild, but maybe not targeting your organization right now. So I would still focus on it, but breach icon is top priority. The threat icon is kind of next in line there. So we're aware of any exploit hits that might be added to Metasploit, things like that, and other organizations that are experiencing this, but currently not good.
What? I can't believe we won that.
That being said, I will.
Yo, Venom, do go suck a dog.
One of the areas they go into an auto stall for so long of activity, they kind of spin down. Obviously, then Defender can.
What? I'm up on top of the board, boy.
Physical device turnover.
Venom and Juicy sauce. Take that.
Yeah.
Hold up, give me a sec. I gotta run downstairs to grab something.
Alright. Renaya. She's right next to you sleeping. Nice gun. Keep that and keep that. SWAT. Guess I'll keep that. Gonna delete that. Delete that. I didn't work on that class. Gonna delete that. I'm gonna try that. Overkill. Don't think I need overkill. What's this? Replace the money. Here's a launcher. Walk on around it. That's nice. So go eat. There's a lot to eat. You just don't want it. Some Molotov. Let's try to go straight blue. Was in that respawn marker for your killer's last known location. According to increase minimap area. Shows directions indicators for revealing. Can do that. Double time. Don't need double time for this. Display HUI. CWV and scrambler. Immune to sleeper agent. Cold blooded. Detects AI target. To get recon, seen through walls for a short time after respawn. Sweet! I'm gonna set that as favorite. Can I move it? Oh, da. Ooh. What? They got there. Oh shit. Their flaws expires after 7 days or whatever there is a game update. Ooh. They brought back theater. I didn't even realize that. Potential scam is select. Why can't I select that? Damn. Something wrong with the